afternoon, my listeners, those at home, those at work. My name is Royal Prince. It's your boy once again, and welcome to Compass program that is holding every Wednesday at Oxygen FM 96.9. We're at Okeado, Ibadan. Welcome to Compass. This is the program we are holding every week, and we are here to guide you, to give you the roadmap into different careers. And last week, we looked into the law firm, in which we told you about how you can become a lawyer. We spoke about different aspects of law and different aspects of these industries you can go into. And we made it clear that it is not all lawyers that are always attending court cases, they're always in court. There are some, they are professionals, they just give legal advice to companies and professionals. So mainly today, we are going to be looking at something very, very, very interesting. Today's roadmap is in an interesting industry, which is tech industry. And today I have several guests in the studio to guide us, whether you want to become a website developer, software developer, you want to go into motion designs, you want to go to recent and latest skills that are relevant in 2026. I have professionals in the building that are going to be giving us this roadmap, this guideline, and everything we need to know about the industry. For parents listening to me now, you have a child and you want that child to become someone who is relevant in 2026. You know, we have some skills that your child need to have in 2026, 2027. The world is what is revolving. The world is turning into tech environment. That's why we have the aspect of AI. We have so many things that we are currently enjoying in 2026. So if you're a parent listening to this program, you want your child to become a website developer, you want your child to become a motion designer, you want your child to be doing remote work and a lot of things, this program is for you. And for those that are recent graduates, you are planning to transition into tech. You are from a non-tech background, you are doing your job, maybe you are a fashion designer, you are learning one thing or the other, and you already planned that you want to get yourself a system, you want to get a laptop so that you can start coding, you can start doing UI UX, you can start doing all of those things, and you want to transition. I have guests in the building that are going to give you the exact roadmap you can follow in 2026, and we are also putting into consideration AI to make your work much more easier. So I'm going to be introducing my guests right now. They are from a reputable companies, and then they are professionals in their various fields. So I'm going to be introducing them. They are going to introduce themselves. They will tell us their name and then which aspect of tech they are really, really into. So I'm going to be starting from my right hand here in the studio. You can also join us live on Facebook. You can join us live on Facebook, Oxygen FM 96.9. You see us on Facebook. So I'll be starting with Mr. Juwon. I want him to introduce himself. Mr. Juwon, how are you today?
Thank you. I am fine.
It's nice having you in the studio. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, people hearing us live on Oxygen FM 96.9 FM. My name is Oluwajuwon Kayode, and I'm a software developer.
Thank you, Juwon, software developer. And I also have in the studio, please can you introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dikeola Abdumukit Sogumola, and I'm a data scientist.
So we have software developer, we have data scientists, and we also have one other guest in the studio, and I also want him to introduce himself quickly so that we can know that we came prepared for us this afternoon. So please, can you introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, people. My name is Dauda Rakib. I'm also a software developer.
Thank you so much, Rocky. We have a lot of software developers in the building. So if you are listening right now, please get yourself a seat. We are going deep inside today's program. Get yourself a seat. Let's go. All right, welcome back. Today is going to be very interesting. Make sure you are staying tuned. Don't turn it away from Oxygen 96.9. And also for those that would like to call our studio line, you have one question or the other as our guests are giving us back to back. You can call into 070 4700 3969. Call and tell us if you have any questions or you have something you want to clarify. You can call us into the studio. We are right here, Oxygen FM 96.9. Don't tune it away. So quickly, because of our time, let's look at what we are talking about today. We are talking about tech. So I would like to talk to Joan. When we talk about tech, what can you just tell us something briefly about tech? So that people will not be like, what does tech, what does it mean? So what can you just briefly tell us when we talk about tech and all of those things?
Okay, thank you. That's a very good question. When we talk about tech, it means that a lot of people have some sort of ideas or misconceptions. So we are going to be talking about all of those things today. So tech is an ecosystem where we have different fields and different opportunities that people can endeavor in.
All right, Dike, do you have something to add to when we talk about tech? What can people, when we say tech, is it just about website? Is tech about AI? Is tech just only about your mobile phone? When people hear tech, what can you just paraphrase what does tech really is all about?
Well, I think my brilliant colleague here already said it brilliantly, said it nicely. It's a very broad range of areas to endeavor in. We also have data science as well, which is a field I'm currently in at the moment.
All right.
So it all depends on the individual.
And I think tech is applicable into all industries. Regardless of your industries, we can find one or two things about tech tools, about tech in your industry. So let's start with some misconception about tech before we go into the roadmap, so that people out there will know that, okay, we are not just giving them, we are just telling them this and this and that. They need to understand that, okay, this is exactly what tech is. Because from my own understanding, when people hear about tech, there's something called tech money. People just think that, once they come into this particular industry, it's just like they will just be saying money, like money will just be thrown at them. Is that true? What can you tell us about that particular misconception?
Thank you very much for that question. I even like the fact that you said it's a misconception, because indeed it is a misconception. Before, truly there is money in tech, but before you get to that level where you start making a lot of money, you have to be committed. You would have committed long hours, a lot of effort you would have put into it before you start making that kind of money that you are thinking. So if people are thinking that tech is a field, they want to make money quickly, they want to get rich quickly, and they don't want to spend long years amount of time or money on anything that they can learn for a long time, and they think tech is something that they can just do quickly and get something done and get money from it. I'm here to bust your bubble. Tech is not like that at all. It takes a lot of commitment. It's just that a lot of these things happen behind the scene. A lot of people don't see you when you are doing this thing. They only see you when you are cashing out,
when you are grinding.
Yeah.
So DK, what can you also say about that?
Well, to add to that, if someone came into to a community now and they were offering free money, you would think that there's something they are trying to benefit from it. So it's like that. If you don't have value, you won't be paid. That's basically it. So you need time to build that value. That's how it works. You have to go into something and then you dedicate and devote a lot of hours, sleepless nights.
So
Yeah.
what you are trying to say now is that the same way, if you want to become a doctor, you have to read a lot. You go to the university to get a professional certificate.
Yes.
You have to read this course, because to become a doctor is not easy in school. All of them, they have to read, they have to do this, and sometimes it takes 5, 6, 7 years. So what I'm trying to say is that also, if you want to be a successful tech person,
Yes.
you also have to dedicate and commit enough time into learning. So it's not just that you just come into it in 1 week and 2 weeks, then people start complaining that I got a laptop and 1 week or 2 weeks they are not seeing money yet. So it means that the same way you have to be committed to any profession you are going into, that's the same thing that is also required in this particular industry. All right, so quickly, Joan, for someone who wants to go into tech, you will pick one aspect of tech, for instance, now, and then if someone wants to go into that particular field, what does it take? Let's start from secondary school, because there are some parents out there that has this technical knowledge, or let's say they have this knowledge about the fact that, oh, you can become a software developer, and they really want their child to become a software developer. And most tech people that I know, they are mostly not in the tech industry. I noticed that at some point they just transition. Is it that you cannot plan your journey from secondary school to the university in this particular field, or it must be that everybody can just take YouTube tutorial for them to go into this tech aspect? So can you give us a roadmap into how to become a particular, you can just give an example, a particular field. So give us a roadmap.
Okay, thank you. For a lot of people that you see that they join tech from one field or another, is because of this reason, because tech in Nigeria is still relatively new.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that we have other new fields, but tech in Nigeria is relatively new. Before a lot of people know about tech, they would have maybe been in the university before they find out. So that's why we have a lot of people that are joining tech from other fields. But for someone who is enlightened and they know that tech is what they want to do, and they are in the secondary school or primary school, of course their parents can help them out. So if they are very, very sure that this is what I want to do as a kid, you can talk to your parents about it and they will guide you. So for a secondary school person now, most professions are defined right from secondary school, senior secondary school to be specific. So I will say that they should go for sciences. So if they know early enough in their life that tech is what they want to do, they can go for sciences at the secondary school level.
So once they go for sciences, what about the university level?
Now, talking about the university level, there are so many courses that someone can do at the university level, and they can come and arrive at the same point. So that one, we have fields like computer science, mathematics, software engineering, and so many others. So at the university level, it's not just one course. You mentioned the medicine the other time. We know that if you want to become a doctor, you have to study medicine. That's the only course you can do. But in tech, we have so many other fields. So tech is a big ecosystem. You have to know what you want to do and then go ahead and do that at the university level.
Okay, so someone that wants to become a software developer now, for instance, so what will you suggest the person can study? Is it computer science, mathematics, or which? Because I don't think there's a particular faculty, or let me say department, that are specializing in some of these industries. Some is just that they are under an umbrella. So most times, maybe it's in their final year, most of them now specialize in a particular skill. So for someone that wants to become a software developer, or someone that wants to become a website developer, which particular course can they study in the university?
Okay, thank you. For a lot of job opportunities out there, if you look at them, some of the requirements that they talk about, if someone is coming in, is that either computer science, software engineering, or other related courses. So these two ones that I mentioned,
computer science,
yes, computer science and software engineering. So if you want to become a software engineer as an individual, these two courses are the ones that you can take at the university level.
So for DK now, you that are into data analysis, so what can you give us a roadmap as well? I think especially for university.
Okay, so even before I get into the roadmap, I need to touch on what you said about parents. So as a parent, you will see the signs in your child. Maybe they like solving problems. Maybe they like building blocks, Lego blocks. So once you see that your child likes solving problems, building things, that's a sign. And then the thing about coding, which is like the gateway into all these tech things, the gateway thing, because you get to learn to solve problems, and that's very very important. So as a parent, you need to see all these signs, and then you encourage it. You encourage them to go to academies and all that to learn all the skills. So for the roadmap for data science, it's just basic. Okay, from secondary school, you can start with just your YouTube tutorials. Really, for secondary school, there aren't like specified courses for it. So you start with your YouTube, you learn on your own. Then for university, like Juwon said, you go to computer science, because it's like an unfair advantage if you have that on your in your CV. You have the computer science there. Not to discourage people that didn't finish with computer science or whatever, but if you have computer science, it take you further.
Thank you. You made mention of something when you're talking about parents, and something came to my mind. This story of the current richest man, who is currently worth over 1 trillion naira.
Yeah.
Elon Musk. When I was reading his story, I found that it was right from his childhood. He has been involved in this coding and all of it thing. So for parents out there, what can you advise them? How can they quickly support a child? What are the resources they need to also give a child? It's one thing that they describe, okay, this child like this thing, and they might not know how to support such a child. We are not really in those kind of environment over there, but for presently in Nigeria, what can a parent do? How can they support that child? How can they easily identify a child and all of those things? What can you tell us about that?
Like I said, you see your child likes solving problems, asking questions. They are very inquisitive. Okay, what does this do? What does that do? If they're asking all these questions, that is a sign of someone that wants to learn. Someone that wants to build something. So, and the thing about noticing all these signs earlier is eventually when they're like 12, 15, they've already been told down so many times. Maybe they ask a question and then an elder tells them, oh, stop asking that question. Then they stop asking the question. And then you believe that they are not inquisitive, whereas they're actually inquisitive, but they have already been that's already been suppressed. That's what I'm trying to say. So you spot these signs earlier on, and then you realize that eventually they become the next Elon Musk.
Should they have to give those child listening ears?
Yeah, listen to your children.
Let them talk. And also, what are the resources they can also put in place to now help such a child?
Your basic gadgets. Your phones are not for TikTok alone. You can code on your phone. You can run Python.
So what I'm trying to say now is that for parents now, maybe you have Android phone, you can use that to start supporting the child. So what can they do with the phone?
They can run codes on their phone. You can use Excel, Microsoft. You can learn the Microsoft Suite package on your phone.
So parents listening to us, if you have an Android phone and you are not having financial capacity to get, let's say, a laptop for now, but you have a phone, what you can do from what they are saying now in the studio is that you can download some app on your phone, like coding tools. When you go on Google Play Store or Apple Store, you're going to see some app that are still free that your child can learn how to code and some basic design principles from their phone. So it's not like maybe because I don't have money to buy laptop yet for this child, I don't have money yet, but you have an Android phone. It simply means that child, instead of them playing games on that phone, this is the time for you to install some apps that can help them and support their vision and dream. And also, there's some child there's some child that they can quickly, once they see something, they dismantle it.
Yes.
They put it back and all. So we have a call. Okay, so you can call our studio line if you have one question or the other. Our studio line is 070-4700-3969. Do you get what I'm trying to say? There's some child, once they see something, they just want to dismantle. They want to find out what
makes that thing, what makes it work,
what exactly is happening inside this thing. So those are some of the signs parents can see in a child and be like, oh, this child can build something, this child can become a developer, and all of those things. So we are going to come back and go into the next phase. Let's quickly have a break, and remember, you can call into the studio, Oxygen FM 96.9. Compass program, we are presently at Oxygen FM 96.9 at Okeado, Ibadan. So for our callers, if you want to call us, call our hotlines 070-4700-3969. You can also call us on 070-4700-2030. 2969. Please call us, ask your questions. So quickly, when we're talking about a child becoming a developer, also a child can become a designer as well. So quickly, can you just help us clarify the coding and the non-coding aspect? Because some people think that everything about tech. Okay, we have a caller. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Ẹ ká sọ o.
Please, can you remove Shelley Sunkro ní di radio yín díẹ̀? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá Sunkro ní di radio yín.
Mo ti súnkù o.
Ẹ káàsán. Oxygen FM lẹ́wà. Kí lorúkọ yín àti bọ́lẹ̀ tí ń pè wá?
Orúkọ mi ni Mrs. Idowu.
Okay ma, Mrs. Idowu. Ìbọ̀lẹ̀ tí ń pè wá ma.
Wájú ọ́fíìsì ni mo wà.
Okay ma.
Mo gbádùn àwọn prógámù yín ni.
Yes ma, ẹ ṣé
Mo tẹ̀
gan.
máa ń láìka àwọn orin tẹ máa ń fún wa yẹn.
Yes ma. Ṣé fẹ́
Wájú ọ̀dọ̀ yín ni ṣọ́ọ̀bù mi wà.
ẹ ṣé ma, ṣé ní ìbéèrè tẹ́ fẹ́ bi wá ni?
Kí lẹ sọ?
Ṣé ní ìbéèrè tẹ́ fẹ́ bi wá ni?
Kò sí ìbéèrè. Mo kàn láìkí àwọn prógámù yín. Àtìgbà tí mo tẹ̀ sí ń gbọ́. Ó náà mò ń gbọ́, mo ṣì ń gbọ́ lọ́wọ́ báyìí.
Ẹ ṣé gan ma, ẹ ṣé gan ma.
Ẹ ṣe máa fún aláwọ̀ orin yẹn dáadáa ká máa gbọ́.
Ẹ ṣé gan ma, ẹ ṣé gan ma.
Yes, ẹ ṣé o.
Ẹ ṣé gan ma, ẹ ṣé tẹ́ ń gbádùn wa. Oxygen FM 96.9 la wà. Ẹ ṣé gan. So I was talking about the design and the coding and non-coding aspect, because some people think that for you to go into the tech industry. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Ademola.
Ademola from?
I'm calling from Odono.
Odono. All right. Welcome to Compass Program. You have a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I so much enjoy this program and the topic you bring today.
Thank you so much.
Although this is my first time of listening to this program.
Oh, thank you.
I so much enjoy your stations as well.
Thank you. What's your question?
Then, the question I have is this topic you are treating today.
Yes.
Is of much concern to me.
Okay.
I have a son.
Okay.
And he is into this thing. He can dismantle any electronics I have at home.
Okay.
Because likewise myself, I do some kind of this electronic, radionic. I learned from someone, but though I'm not into it, like say I'm doing it as my professional job, I'm not doing it. But because I used to do it right from the day when he was small, he used to see me. Then when I am not around, he come back and dismantle whatever. And some he will repack it as it is. And some he will not be able to do it. But myself, I've been planning that I want him to engineer. And this topic is in my brain before. I've been thinking of, I don't have money to put in my head, but I've been thinking of how am I going to put in? Because, and again, I'm afraid. I asked him to go into art in his education, but I want him to take something as well, because I believe that I am afraid that he might not be able to handle mathematics very well. But that is the fear that I have. But with that thing, I still want him to become a tech engineer, and I don't know what I can do as well. But now that you have told me that even with the phone, that you can start something.
Yes.
So that is why I'm just contributing, and I don't know if there can still be any help.
All right, Mr. Ademola, how old is your child?
He's 16 years old now.
He's 16. What class is he currently?
He's in SS2.
SS2. And he's in what? Is it science or art class?
He's doing art class. Because I'm afraid that I don't want him to have problems with mathematics, because I know it's a little bit. With those, it's just because financial this thing, I should have put him in this thing. But
our guest will respond to you now. So
okay, sir.
Please stay on the radio.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So good afternoon, sir.
Mr. Ademola.
Okay.
No, continue.
So good afternoon, sir, Mr. Ademola. So I think it's nice that you've recognized the signs in your child that he likes to dismantle and rebuild things. So that's something that the first thing you need to do is to encourage it first of all. So, and then you said you realized that he might be weak in mathematics. So I would like to say, I would like to be my own belief is that we are all not, how will I put this, majority of us might require more efforts in certain fields. Doesn't mean that we should give up on that particular thing. So it might require more effort to put into mathematics. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean that he needs to give up on it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So just keep encouraging him, and eventually you'll be surprised at what he's capable of building. So another thing to add is let me just talk about the few other fields I can go into. It doesn't really need to do web. It's not the tech field is not all about web development and data analysis. We also have robotics, which I feel is going to succeed in. So the robotics, we have UI UX, we have electrical engineering as well, which you can also go into as well. So those are just the few that I could come up with at the moment.
All right, Joan.
For a child like his own, if
16?
that is 16 and in SX2, I think the child can still go ahead and do what he's doing, continue his work as a art student and finish. So if at the end of the day he really, really wants to do tech, a lot of people are coming into tech today that they have a science background. So his background cannot or should not be what will stop him from doing what he loves. So if he wants to become a tech person, he can still become a tech person. So his background should not be the limit.
So Mr. Demola and every other parent that are listening to us, you must get this particular thing clearly. Even if your child is not in the science class or does not have science background, that doesn't stop that child into transitioning, into going into the tech industry. And because hello,
thank you. I'm still Ademola again.
Okay, Mr. Ademola.
I so much appreciate your response answer. I think you have answered at least one of the things that is bothering my mind.
Okay.
I so much appreciate it. Yes, you can continue, sir.
Okay, so please keep listening to us right now.
Yes, sir.
It's not, even if you don't have the mathematics background or you don't like mathematics, there are also other aspects of tech that also that you don't really need mathematics to do. It is not everything that has to do with calculation. We don't calculate every time in tech. So there are also other fields. We have the digital space as well, which also is also part of the tech industry. Some people are digital marketers. Some people promote digital products. Some people create digital products as well. Some people are into social media management. So it is not everything in tech that is coding, you are writing code. But for your child also, you made mention that he likes dismantling things, he likes doing that. There are several also options he can go for. He can transition into it. Thank God he's just in SS2. He still have time to develop himself. He still have time to do well in this tech industry. But we are going to go quickly on a short break. For those that still want to call us, parents out there that needs clarification, you can call us. The studio line is 070-4700-396. All right, so like I was explaining earlier to the last caller, that it is not just all about coding and all of those things. I made mention of social media management. Can you also tell us some other field in tech that is not really about coding, but sometimes people overlook them? They don't even know that there's even a particular position or a role called social media manager, content creators, all those aspects. Can you just mention a few of them that parents can also tell their child that, oh, you can do that? And in fact, some of them can even start right from now. Even though they are 20 years of age, they are 15, they can start some of these things small. Can you tell us?
Yeah. Some of the things that people can do, or our kids at home can do to develop themselves, that doesn't require them to write any code. We have UI UX design, we have graphics design, we have motion designs, we have several other things. We have web development. And come to think of it, people who write code, they write code to build websites. Do you know that there are platforms nowadays that allows you that this platform, they allow you to build website without writing code. We call them no coding.
Coding.
Yes. There are platforms today that they allow you to build website and do the same thing that a web developer will sit down to do with code, you will be able to do the same thing without writing any line of code. So today there are so many opportunities actually in tech that doesn't require you to write code or sit down behind computer and be racking your brain all day about how to get a problem solved. So you have several options to do. Like I mentioned, we have UI UX design, graphic design, motion design, web development, and like you mentioned too, you mentioned some managerial positions like product management.
Sure.
Yes, product management is a tech opportunity that a lot of people still overlook, but it's very, very important. So we have all of those ones too.
All right, can you just tell us just brief us what data analysis is about? Because some people might be like, oh, what is that particular role? What do you do in that particular role? So that they can know that, okay, a parent can guide their child, okay, since these are the signs I'm seeing. Hello?
Hello?
Can you please move away from your radio?
Hello?
Hello? Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you please can you move away from your radio, please? Or put it off. All right. I can hear. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Oritakwe area in Ibadan.
Oritakwe. What's your name, sir?
My name is Pastor Akitunde Michael.
Okay.
I just want to ask questions concerning this software developer. For a child that is studying software engineering university,
okay,
can he get all this, all the areas you've mentioned, all what it takes to become a software developer from university level? Or is there any other seminars you need to attend? Because when you are talking, you said that before somebody can be making money from tech, he has to be very, very hardworking.
Yes.
So I want to know what are the things that it takes, and can someone get all those things from university level? Hello?
Hello, we are here, sir. So we are going to answer you now. Stay on the line, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, speaking about your child that is studying software engineering in school. Yes, there are still so many things that the child needs to do to become a software developer. The reason is because in school they teach a lot of theory and so many other courses that help develop the student outside of that help them professionally. So what they teach in school is not only about the work. So now to be able to be good at the work, they still have to do some things, like they have to develop themselves, like writing code. They have to they only teach maybe teach them very little in class. They just teach broad the broad concept. They don't go in details in school, in the classroom. So for a student that is already in college or in the university that is studying software engineering, so these students now, you can tell him or her that, or enroll him or her in coding boot camps or coding courses. So when they take these courses,
they have to enroll into coding courses.
Yes. When
outside.
Yes, and inside the school too. Inside the school, some of these students, they gather themselves. They have groups. They work together. So he himself or herself can make research or talk. Even if none is existing, he or she can be the founder. So he can bring together other students like himself or herself, and then they will start doing something.
Yes, sir. Are you with us, sir?
Yes.
Sir, you have to understand that your child is at advantage because he or she is already studying software engineering. So one thing you should be assured that such a child will have the basic knowledge and basic understanding of how to become a software engineering. But however, it doesn't stop at that. The world we are in presently requires you to have practical knowledge, and the only way your child cannot get that practical knowledge is by building project. So what your child now needs to do is that those theories, those things they are not teaching him or her in school, he now has to start building project that will show that truly I can do X, Y, Z. So if your child has learned about a concept, your child should build a project that will showcase that particular thing he or she has learned. So your child needs to start approaching this particular course from the perspective of project. She should build as much project as possible so that she can learn the real world application of those things he or she is learning in school. Do you get that, sir?
Yeah.
So what you need your child to do now is that he or she should start building projects regarding that particular or those things they are teaching her, and she can also specialize which aspect she wants to go to and identify some problems, maybe in the community, anywhere. Then she start building projects that will solve that particular problem. Gradually, he or she is now gaining experience.
Okay.
And when such a student, when he or she goes for IT or CWES, this thing that they do in school. So when such child goes to a place like that, they are presented with opportunity to work on projects that people are using. So this child has to take that opportunity and use it to the maximum. So work with the team member, ask question, develop himself or herself, and then after he goes out of school, such opportunity, such experience are things that he or she can present and will be able to do well in the job market.
I hope we have been able to answer your question, sir.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate your
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. We really appreciate it. All right, thank you. We'll quickly go on a very short break. For those that want to call us, our number is 070-4700-3969. Now, for our listener out there, we are still at Oxygen FM 96.9. Don't tune it away. Always stay with us. So back to our topic. We are talking about tech. And there's no way we'll talk about tech in 2026 and we won't talk about AI. Am I right?
Yeah, you are right.
So what are the applications of AI into what we are discussing today? How can a parent, because most parents uses WhatsApp, they can see Meta AI. Most of them are just using it to answer their child homework and a lot of those things. So when we talk about AI, how can they leverage on AI? And for those that wants to transition, how can they also use AI as well? For parents, how can parents use AI to train their child, to help their child? For those that want to transition into AI, into tech, how can they also leverage on AI? For those that are presently learning one skill or the other, how can they also leverage on AI?
Okay, thank you for that question. That's a very, very good and important question, because currently right now we are going through what is called AI bubble. So everybody is using AI here and there. So as an individual, I will take it from the aspect of the child now, as someone that is coming into tech. So if you want to use AI, there are so many things that you can use AI for, and the tech ecosystem is so big that if you are not very careful, you get lost in it. So you can use that AI to shatter your way and know where to go, what to do, and get what you want to do, get it done. So one of the things that you can use AI for, simply put, is that you can use it as guidance.
Okay.
You can use AI as guidance. And when you are learning too, that's the second thing. When you are learning, some of the concepts to learn in tech are somehow difficult. Let's be realistic with ourselves. They are difficult. So you might not find somebody that can explain that thing to you like around you easily. So you can use AI to also help you do that. AI can explain to you. If you don't understand, tell the AI to explain it to you like a 5-year-old. That is something that a lot of people are doing now. Yes. So let it explain it to you like if you were 5, and it is going to do just that. And another thing is that when you use AI, let's say you've already started learning and you know one or two things, you know what to do, but you run into problems. As a developer, you run into problems all the time. So when you sit down behind your computer and you are doing your work, you want to do A and B, and then you started seeing errors here and there. So these are the things that is going to take your time away. So you can give those errors to like use AI, and it's going to help you find the errors, and then you can fix it and move on and build what you want to build.
All right, thank you so much. DK, I want to throw this at you. You know, there are some parents out there, they have the resources.
Okay.
They have the money. They don't just know what to do. Now, and the beautiful thing about tech is that even when you are back from school as a child, let's say 17, 18, when you are back from school, you can dedicate 2 or 3 hours in learning 1 or 2 things. So for parents that has the resources, what can they do? What can they buy for their child? And what can they set up for their child? So now those ones have the resources. How can they maximize that resources for their child to start learning? We have a caller.
So resources, okay, the parents that already has all the resources, has everything, they have provided all the resources for the child. I would say, like Joan already stated, we have AI. Okay, AI can serve as a personal tutor.
No, the question is they have resources, but they don't know what to buy. They don't know how to channel that resources. Okay. So now we want to guide them that, okay, get this, you can buy this, you can do this for your child.
I think to begin with, just get a decent laptop, really.
Get a decent
laptop. It could be basic, like 8 gig RAM or something, not too expensive. So you can start with that, and then eventually, when you start to even before, they might not even need to have to provide for you to get a better system, because with that system you can like buy a newer system yourself.
Okay, so once they have that laptop, what is the next thing they can do? You know, they have to provide resources. Yes. That child needs to watch tutorial. That child needs to do this. So we want to guide them. So when you get them a laptop, because some child, they have laptop, they just need to play game. They just need to watch movie. So if you're a parent here and your child is just using his laptop to watch movie, now we are here to help you. So help them.
Okay. Like what age range are we talking about?
Let's say 10 upward.
10 upward. Then you have to use AI, really. You have to use AI. AI will serve as a personal tutor. Just imagine you have like a tutor that you paid for to come and be teaching the child. So you just as a parent yourself, you prompt the AI, I need a curriculum for this particular, let's say it's data science now, or you have software engineering. I need the curriculum for software engineering. What are they going to learn from this, like for them to become this very proficient in this particular field? That's what you use the AI for.
Okay, Joe, what's your advice for those parents too?
What I would advise such parents is that they should talk to the child first.
Okay.
Know what the interest of that child is, and then they can use that to gather more intel on what to do. So, like we've been discussing, we have so many fields in tech.
Yes.
But once you know what that child wants to do, then you can get a curriculum for that child. You can go online. It's easy to Google, look for courses online, and buy courses for that child, and make the child sit down and go through the course. Learn everything there is to learn, and make sure that they are participating in the work, because a lot of most tech jobs require you to practice what you are learning. It's not that you are going to sit down and read and go and do one exam. No, you want to study and you want to work. So be monitoring the progress of that child. After you bought the course, make sure that the child is taking the course.
Yeah. One of the things I've also seen, maybe it's a rule of thumb or something that happens most times, is that most child or most parents back then, they start to ensure that their child starts with graphics design. Mm-hmm. So most times it is now from that graphics design, some of them now transition into UI UX, some now choose coding, because graphics design is like sometimes the basic. Sometimes for some people it can serve as the foundation. And one thing about graphics design, it helps you to understand color theory, typography, some hierarchy. So for some parents out there, some of the basic thing you can do for your child is that once your child have a laptop, you can install some design tools which are simple, like maybe Photoshop or CorelDRAW. So once your child starts doing graphics design, to understand or to have knowledge about some design principles, because graphic design is one of the ways you can get those principles, then gradually the child can now go into what UI UX, the child can go into coding, the child cannot transition, because one thing is that design principle is relevant regardless of which of the field in tech you are going to. Although there are some that maybe data analysis, they don't really need color and all of those. Am I right?
No, you do need color, and you need design
principle.
Yeah, you need design principles for data analysis as well.
Okay, so for parents out there listening to us, once your child has a laptop, if you don't have and you have the resources, you can get it for such a child and then install some basic software. If you don't know much, you can just install maybe Photoshop and go on YouTube, download videos on graphics design principle, download video on how to design a flyer and some other things and a lot. Then your child should start watching and start learning. You have something you want to add?
Yeah, so to interject, I think the most important thing to learn as a child is Microsoft's package. I think that precedes all those other things that you stated. Okay. So they need to learn Microsoft's package, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, because these days AI can do everything for you, and then eventually you become just nothing without the AI, because AI requires internet. So what happens when you don't have internet connection? Are you just like waiting for internet to come live or something? You understand? So these are the things that you need to learn. First of all, Microsoft's package. Then you can progress into all this.
So they should also know how to use Microsoft Word,
yes,
Excel, and all of those things too.
Yes.
So your child is learning basic design principle, they should also have a foundational knowledge about Microsoft package like Excel and PowerPoint,
Microsoft Word.
Yes. So once you give your child a laptop, they need it so that there are so many things they can do with it compared to a mobile phone.
Exactly.
So if you are planning on getting your child a mobile phone, you can also think of, okay, why not get him maybe a PC so that he or she can also learn. For those that still want to call us, we are still at Oxygen FM 96.9. Our hotline is 07047003969. So quickly, can you just tell us, are there some little challenges and how do you overcome them in this particular industry that we find ourselves in?
There are many challenges, given that we are Nigerians.
Yes,
we are in Nigeria. A lot of things that we need as a tech person, we are a little bit lacking in the country, so to say. Let's take for example now our light. So to work in tech, you need constant light, because you want to work on your laptop or your computer or your desktop or anything. You need light, you need power, and you also need internet. We know that internet is not cheap. Data is not cheap to afford. So these are some of the things these are some of the challenges that we have in Nigeria.
So how do you overcome them? Because I know as there are challenges, there's also a way forward about it. So how do you overcome some of these things?
Yeah. Now, to overcome these things, if someone is working already, they can get a solar to power their laptop. Okay. It doesn't have to be expensive solar. So something small, they can use it to power it. Or they can get a power bank. We have power banks that can be used to power a laptop. Yeah, okay. You can get those things. So and you should be able to find. You should be fine. And if it's a child that is still learning, they can continue to learn on their smartphone. They don't always have to. If they have bad light issue, they don't have to be on the laptop all the time. So when there is no light, they can pick up their phone and continue learning and also practicing what they are learning on their phone. And immediately they get the light, then they
can move to their laptop.
Do more sophisticated things on the laptop.
So for parents listening to us, even if you don't have all the resources yet, with your mobile phone that you have, your child can start learning from there. So they don't just have to be playing game, or install all the games they are playing and install apps that will help them. You can install apps for coding. You can install apps to learn the design principle. You can also start allowing them to engage AI to teach them some of these things practically. So that's why we are here. So your child can start from science class. If he or she is yet to enter senior secondary school, let them, for those that are interested, let them go through science class. And when they get to the university, they can go into computer science, software engineering. Computer science is also a broad topic. Yeah. So once they get there, they are going to now specialize in one field or the other. So that's the roadmap about whether you want to become a software developer, software engineer. And for those in non-tech industry, you can as well transition. There are so many platforms you can learn. You can buy their course. Also, YouTube should be your friend. You can also watch real life projects and all of those things in order for you to transition into tech. Thank you so much for listening to us. I remain Royal Prince. With me is Juwon and DK, who are professionals in the tech industry. So we are going to see again next week Wednesday, same time, 3 to 4 p.m. Don't tune it away. We are live at Oxygen FM 96.9 at Okeado, Ibadan. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.